welcome to Legacy Wrestling Season 1, Episode 2. It's me, Mikey Bro here. We're going to get straight into it, see if we can absolutely figure out how we want to continue to record this Pro Wrestling Simulator game. And we're going to get straight into it tonight, guys, with Mauro Ranallo and Aaron Stevens opening up the show again. The camera opens up as we see Mauro Ranallo and Aaron Stevens ringside. They say, "Welcome to Legacy. It's me, Mauro, with none other than Aaron Stevens." Stevens says, "Welcome, guys." Now, the front of each of this is going to be exactly the same going forward, so we can get this window right here a little bit down so we can't see the rest of the results as we go through the show. Mauro says, "Tonight on the second edition of Slam, we continued on the path to crown the first ever Legacy Wrestling World Champion as Johnny Gargano takes on Jeff Cobb, the winner joining Claudio Castagnoli in the tournament, or in the advanced part of the tournament." Stevens says, "This is going to be an incredible match, and let me tell you," says Aaron Stevens, "last week, as I've said before, I've been in the ring with both of these fine competitors, and it's going to be an absolute clinic." Mauro then says, "The fans are certainly in for a treat." "They sure are," says Stevens. On top of this, we have an impending debut of Tegan Knox, a huge tag team match between the Young Guns and the Kings of the North. But to kick it off, a graphic flashes. We're going to kick it off with the Legacy Wrestling United States Championship Battle Royal to determine who will be the first ever Legacy Champion. So we're doing the Battle Royal this week, as we touched on at the end of last week. We're going to go ahead and crown that champion right now. So let's go ahead and see how we get there, who's going to be the champion, and let's fade into the action here. 74 with Aaron Stevens and Mauro Ranallo at ringside, Cobb and Gargano on screen to get a little popularity boost as well. 74 for the segment. All right, here we go. Blake Bonesaw was struggling by the breath. The referee work of Mike Chioda was good. At the end of the day, the victory goes to Taylor Rotunda. Only a one-star match, which is to be expected for a battle royal. The crowd was on their feet. And Taylor Rotunda, where is he? There he is, this handsome devil. The Bo Dallas of it all is your Legacy Wrestling United States Champion, all right? So he's going to taunt and cheer at the end of the match. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Bo Dallas is someone who I've always loved in NXT and someone who I thought could have got a different type of push on the main roster. Again, this is my first time playing through this this simulation, so kind of like this graphic up here with a little belt. Pretty cool. Anyways, Taylor Rotunda, as we continue to disperse the championships here in Legacy Wrestling to really get into the nut and bolts of it all, he is our Legacy United States Champion. 44 overall. All right, next up, another segment featuring Akam and Razor, the authors of Pain. They're letting us know that they're coming and that they're coming soon. A hype video shown featuring them. The clip shows both Akam and Adam, Akam and Razor in their element, absolutely destroying their competition. Even shows them training. It's been a while since we've seen the two, but they're returning. Akam and Razor, the authors of Pain. Now, you'll see going forward as well, there'll be some WWE, some AEW, some former wrestling names that I will keep, and some that I will tweak and change. But I like Akam and Razor, and I like the name Authors of Pain, so we're going to go and stick with that. Alright, next up, we have Damian Corvin of the Kings of the North getting the victory over Ethan Allen and Luke Jacobs. We got a 3-star match here, 54 overall. Referee and the announcing was good. We got popularities throughout. Nothing much here other than getting a tag team match onto the card that's going to start slowly building the Kings of the North and the Young Guns as well. So 54. Alright, next up, we got a hype reminding us that the main event tonight will feature Johnny Gargano versus Jeff Cobb. A 96 for Gargano and Cobb. Again, trying to really build that popularity between the two of them. Two guys that I will be counting on going forward as I continue to snipe guys away. Now, I will say, I did sign a couple guys from AEW and WWE. Once their contracts came up, it wasn't like TEW. There wasn't, and I was a little surprised given my promotion size versus the other companies. So again, the little simplistic nature of it all, which I'm kind of vibing on because it's a little different. And at the end of each month, I'll go ahead and go through and show you guys who's on the roster and stuff like that, probably, or at the end of each pay-per-view cycle, if you will. But so I was able to sign a couple guys away from WWE. AEW, whatever, that I probably shouldn't have been able to sign, but I'm just going to have fun with the save. We're going to build out the universe. It's not a big deal. So Jeff Cobb and Johnny Gargano here, hyping for the main event, 96 overall. And in the next segment, we see Killer Kross and Scarlett Badone backstage again, a 75 overall. Just letting you guys know that they will be making their way here to Legacy Wrestling. They'll be part of, part of the promotion. All right, next up, we have Marshall and Ross the Von Erichs backstage with Vita Scott. The good looks of Vita Scott added to the story beat, which is great, I suppose. Backstage, we have the Von Erichs with Vita Scott. Vita says, folks, we have Marshall and Ross here. As you can see to the left-hand side, this is what I'm reading. The Von Erich smile. They said, each of the Von Erichs have a number. Marshall has 1, Ross has 2. I am going to pull a number out of this bin. The camera flashes and shows the bin with a pair of balls. Whichever number I choose, that Von Erich will have a claim to one of the spots in the Legacy Wrestling World Championship Tournament next week and will go on to face Marty Scurll. Marshall said, let's do this, in which Ross echoes, let's go. The boys smile as she pulls it in, and she pulls out number 2, which means that next week it will be Ross Von Erich, not Marshall, facing Marty Scurll in the Legacy Wrestling World Championship Tournament. All right. So 75, we'll get Ross right here versus Marty in the tournament. All right, next up we get a 57 3-star match between Tegan Knox and Jessamyn Duke. The announcing and refereeing work was good. This was just to get Tegan into the card, as well as Jessamyn Duke onto the card. And Tegan Knox with the victory here for Legacy Wrestling. 57 overall. Next up, we have Taylor Rotunda backstage, 86 overall. The camera finds him. Vita Scott starting. Taylor nods, looking straight at Vita, who pushes forward. Taylor, tonight you win the 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal for the prestigious Legacy Wrestling United States Championship. How does it feel being the first crowned champion here in Legacy? How does it feel? Asked Taylor Rotunda. Taylor pauses, simply adjusting the United States Championship before continuing on. It feels notable. It was only an opportunity and only a matter of time. Opportunity is all I've ever been after, and Legacy Management gave me just that. He continues, you see, Vita, in life, when you're not getting an opportunity, you make the most out of it, and that's fine. That's fantastic. That's worthy. That's great. However, not all does skill recognize skill, does talent recognize talent, and not always does jealousy not shine brightly through. So we're basically saying Bo Dallas, a.k.a. Taylor Rotunda now, he's on it. He continues, but tonight we're past it. We're into the Taylor Rotunda era. We're into something that we can sink our teeth into era, and that is a championship reign that's sure to be like no other. So sit down, folks, and pay attention, because if you blink, you're going to miss it. The seedings with Rotunda walking off with his newly earned and claimed championship. 86, Taylor Rotunda going to be a featured player here in Legacy Wrestling, and I'm glad to see he's doing well out the gate. Alright, we're going to get Jeff Cobb, 83, coming to the ring, followed by Johnny Gargano, 65, coming to the ring. That's fine. Jeff Cobb is a little more intimidating. He has a little bit better look than Johnny Gargano does, so I'm not surprised here. But let's go ahead and get into that main event between Cobb and Gargano. We have a 66 4-star matchup. The refereeing work was good, as with the announcing, as Johnny Gargano defeats Jeff Cobb. Gargano the face here, Cobb the heel here. And yeah, that'll go ahead and do it. A 66 here. We gained popularity across the board, a 62 show rating. A little bit down from our last show. That's all right, though. Not bad. We're getting popularity steadily. It looks like every 5 shows will go up a point. So by the end of the year, we should be up a fair bit. And moving out of regional into cult, hopefully. I did see that was part of this game as well. So again, we had some big matches tonight with Taylor Rotunda winning the championship, Tegan Knox winning a match as well as the Kings of the North. Those 2 matches obviously not having real substantial stakes, and we have Johnny Gargano advancing. So again, please be pleased in the comments, at least going forward. Let me know if this format is okay as it relates to recording and presenting the promotion as it currently sits. But until next time, it is me, Mikey Bro. This was Legacy Season 1, Episode 2, the edition of Slam. Wishing you a glorious rest of your day, and we're going to get at least to the first pay-per-view and see how you guys like it and see what we're going to do with it. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.